Alright, this is EC Challenge 5, I believe. Audio commentary, episode 1. And yeah, this is a dry run, a try through, a playthrough, something like that. Right away, I had to have these visuals to just kind of break down exactly what I needed them to do, because all I did was record them doing it, and I didn't record myself setting up anything. Because really, it wasn't important. The actual competition is what was important to me at the time. But in the 4th season, the one right before this, for the first time I saw some video, really. Like a big chunk of video covering almost all of the entire season, quote unquote. So right away I was like, oh shit, this would be cool to record, at least have some more footage of this upcoming season. So I didn't really tell them I was going to record them at all. I just kind of brought a camera and really kind of shot from the shoulder. Like, I never really stuck it in their face or anything. I was just kind of holding it the whole time. So that's why some of the angles are a little weird. Aren't very user-friendly. Viewer-friendly. And so I just have like these big chunks of people running their thing. So right away I figured out that it was better to start off closer to the cups instead of having to run along with them and record them, because even though that is an awesome angle, it just was very hard for me to record them that way. So, and of course this is the EC Challenge 5, but it's not even happening in EC Eau Claire. It's actually happening in Augusta. Jordan was kind enough to let me use this area for this thing, and I just loved all the options that it gave me, like this big ass trailer and shit like that. I mean, we don't even use it until later, but still. Yeah, some sort of ranking system I have them on. It's supposed to be, if you're on top, you're just higher ranked than the person that went before you. But here we have James. I haven't spoken individually of anyone so far, but let's see, what do I remember about James? I believe I went and picked his ass up to compete in this thing. I drove all the way to Warsaw, or where is it? I don't remember. But it was a long drive. Not that I minded at all, but I do remember that, where I was like, oh man, I feel like I'm a producer who had to fly in his talent. Everyone else just showed up. But again, he did very well. So where I'm like, okay, maybe you're worth the fucking expense and shit like that. At this point, though, I probably should have just halted all competition once it didn't reach those seconds of competition. You know what I mean? Like, James just put on a great performance, so you have no chance of winning by this time. So really it was just like, okay, John, forget it or whatever. But John, he wanted to pursue. He was like, no, I want to compete. So I do like this. I like the fact that he's gonna run it anyway, so that's great. A lot of people on this season, just like any season actually, I'm always very pleased, very honored that these guys would compete in my ridiculous challenge. I mean, I'm sure they're just like, oh, I've seen Survivor, I've seen these ridiculous shows, so this is what you're doing? And I'm like, yes, this is what I'm doing. But I feel like I've come up with some good stuff. I do. Johnny about to fucking murder this shit. But I do remember Dave giving me shit. He's like, oh, well, you couldn't have... why are you making us hit each other with plates? They all fall apart and shit like that. And one thing was like, well, the cost. You know how expensive frisbees are? Fuck you, you know? And two, they hurt less when you get struck with them, you know? It's just like 3 paper plates duct taped together. You know, you want to talk about budgets. What is a shoestring? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had nothing, you know, all the money that I present in this thing is all of my money. In the first 2, maybe the 3rd challenge, the way to compete was to put money down in order to win the big pot. But no, like, after a while I realized no one's ever going to have the money. You know, someone's just like, I just want to compete, sir. Please, give me the chance to put some food on the table or something like that, you know? So, yeah, after a while, it's like, okay, I'm going to put my money down for it. Just fucking show up on this date, on this time, at this place. And even then, it's a hassle. People never fucking show up and shit. But this isn't about nagging. This isn't about talking about the... Or maybe it is. It could be. You know. I'm just burning time trying to watch people compete. We have Matt Hagen, who goes back with me back in high school, man. We filmed shit together, so it was great to get him back. It was awesome. Like I said, like every single time it happens, even though I have like a slight headache, and I never get headaches, but these people give me headaches, I'm always just like, hey, thanks for fucking showing up and actually doing this, you know? It's great. And yeah, this is the 5th time we've ever tried it. No, actually, no. There was one time where an entire season was called off because I was like, I'm fucking sick and everything else has gone wrong and shit. But this is the first time I really kind of like, I'm gonna be trying and record some stuff here. And I record a lot, actually. It's great. There's some missing footage coming up a couple episodes from now, but that's what happens. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, considering I'm the only one who has the who's recording, you know? You know, the shaky camera. That basically came from, my mom recorded the 4th season for me. I didn't even ask her to, but she just kind of put the camera on and stuff. And she had a terrible... she had such a... I don't know if she wasn't paying attention to what she was recording. And I think that was the case. She just kind of put the camera up. But I liked it. I liked how, you know, it was basically shaky cam. So I'm like, no, I like that. I'm going to try and duplicate that. So that is why the camera is always moving. It's all herky-jerky and stuff because I didn't want people to feel uncomfortable on camera. I'm just, you know. But right now, I don't have the camera. I think Hagen has it. He's doing some interviews for me real quick, so thanks, Matt. Johnny right here, this is the first time I ever met him, actually. Yeah, because he's Richard's brother. And it's Richard, Johnny, and Sean. They're all brothers. And I knew Richard. I don't even know if I knew Sean back then either, until then. But this has sort of always happened. People would show up. People that were supposed to meant to show up never show up, you know, and you're just like, fuck you. You just want to cry, but then you want to love all these people that just show up and they're like, I heard you had some sort of competition. Well, sign me up, you know. I'm like, oh, awesome. Okay, well, I don't know you, and I feel slightly anxious explaining my stupid desires in front of strangers. I'm used to doing it in front of my friends. But okay, so
wait, so we have to write down our name and then who we want to verse?
Oh yeah, they're breaking down how to vote a lot better than I just did right there.
Like a rose ceremony.
Sweet outhouse shot. You gotta have it in any reality show. Let's be honest. I mean, where would Survivor be without one? Oh wait, Survivor never had one. It was just a hole in the ground.
So let's get the winners in there.
Without
And then we
the
can
fancy
decide.
walls. Okay, so now we're gonna go. Dave, looking at the camera. Yeah, this is the winner's circle, man. And this was the inside of Jordan's sweet ass cabin. This was a great location. I can't thank him enough, and never have.
See, Jordan, that guy.
I do like the design of this. I think this should be implemented in the actual challenge that I'm ripping off from MTV.
All right, let's see. What
There's
is
the
it,
plate of 3 paper plates made to look like a frisbee.
Eric versus John. John got picked a lot, so we should choose John for one of them.
Oh, look at that! There's a cranium card there on the table, and empty booze bottles. Like we actually, before this challenge started, the night before, a bunch of us met up here at the cabin, spent the night drinking and hanging out and bullshitting. It was great. So some of us are hungover, some of us have formed a camaraderie. Okay, here we go. So the first elimination, I was shocked, I tell you, shocked to have my 2 oldest friends going against each other in the first elimination. And what is cut out of this episode is the failed first portion of this elimination that will not be shown. Where they had to pick up rocks, and then they had to like shoot a slingshot and then knock a target down, and then run over to these streamers and unravel them, and then run up the hill and touch the cow skull. The rock thing, the slingshot thing, it all fell apart horribly. So that's all cut out. But these 2 guys are not going to let me forget
Oh my God.
that I just put their seats. They're actually they all both have pockets full of rocks, and they're now throwing them at my legs.
$150. 40. Sorry.
Great stuff.